Hey guys, welcome to another fidget toy review. Yeah, toy. This is not a fidget spinner review. Before I get into the review though, I want to spend just a minute, if you'll hang in there with me, congratulating my three previous fidget spinner winners from the last contest. As you can see on the screen here, number one was Erica, number two was Gagan Mobile Zero, and number three was Sophie Vandermissen. Vandermissen? I believe it's Vandermissen. Because I cut off part of the email address so that it wouldn't be easily recognizable or trace or usable by anybody else, just in case someone wanted to spam them. But anyway, I have heard back from Sophie, and she sent me her email, her mailing address. That was a learning experience. She is my first Belgium winner. I was very happy to get to have a Belgium winner. So, and this is the spinner that she has won. It is the stainless steel with the flat black edges, but the stainless steel arms are still polished. So you can still see the stainless. And these are from NZ Spinners. Let me turn the back around. Let me get the back here, the back of the box looking proper so you can see it. And one of the things I realized today was it's kind of a unique spinner because these guys are a victim of the Amazon fidget spinner ban. They are no longer on Amazon. So these are one of the are very, very rare. I can't find them on eBay. I can't find them on Alibaba.com. I cannot find them on Amazon. So this brand is history as far as I know. You can't get these anymore. So this is going to be a collector's spinner. So congratulations, Sophie. You're going to have a rare spinner that no one else has. And once I send it to you, you can do a review over it if you like, and you'll have something very unique because there just aren't that many NZ Spinner reviews out there, and there won't be any more, most likely. So anyway, just wanted to relate one daily life adventure I had as well, if you don't mind. If you don't like these daily adventure things I talk about in my everyday life, please let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to stop. But I thought it was a funny story that this is my favorite blue shirt. It's no different from this orange shirt I wear right now. It's in blue, and I try to save this one for my videos. I only have one orange. I can't get another one. So I wear the blue one in everyday travels, I guess. And I can no longer wear this shirt to Walmart. I get mistaken for a Walmart employee too often, and people are asking me to get stuff off of shelves for them, get them price checks. And the final straw the other day was I was walking into Walmart pushing a buggy, and a guy walked up behind me, tapped me on the shoulder, and said, "Hey, is that a good buggy?" I said, "Yeah, it's a good buggy." And I was kind of puzzled why he's asking me. He goes, "I'll take it." It's like, "You'll take it?" What? I'm thinking to myself, "You'll take it? What do you mean?" Yeah. And the guy's like, "Yeah, I'll take that buggy." I said, "Sir?" He goes, "Yeah, give me the buggy." And I was so stunned, I didn't know what to say to him, so I just gave him the buggy, and he took off. So I can no longer wear my favorite blue shirt to Walmart. Kind of sad. Actually, I wouldn't mind wearing the orange ones all the time, but I just can't find any more orange ones. Not this brand and not this material. So I got to make this one last. Even though you guys think I'm a prison escapee, this orange shirt is the color of Frankensleeve. So that's why I wear the orange shirt. So let me get on to the review, and thank you for hanging there with me. And if you'd like to get your fair share of the fidget spinners I'm giving away in the 10K fidget spinner giveaway, you can always visit frankensleeve.com and enter the enter the current contest. Hey guys, I'm back over here at the little area where I use for filming my reviews, and I just want to show you this little fidget pin. This is something new for me. I got this a couple of days ago, and to be honest with you, I have opened it up and I have played with it a bit. It's gonna be kind of obvious once I show you the insides here, because I tried to put these little magnetic balls back in place, and these guys are a bugger to put back in place. I mean, I tried, and these things, they will just stick to anything metal. Put that in there. It may actually work for me this time. I'm not certain, because I wanted to put it all back together and show you what it looks like from the factory, how it arrives. But as you can see, these little magnetic balls will just stick to anything and everything, and they'll pull each other out of the socket. So They're incredibly strong. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox this thing as it is. And you see it pulled all those magnetic balls out. So at first I was worried about doing something stupid or silly with this that might cause me to sling it across the room. But it turns out I was not, I shouldn't have been worried at all. But basically this one, it comes with a cap for the pen. Unfortunately, this cap does not fit very well, so it's going to fall off pretty easy. I've seen other pens in other reviews, and the cap fits snugly. So maybe I was just unlucky with this cap. Maybe I need to take a pair of pliers and kind of crimp it down just a little bit, but I'm afraid to leave marks on the cap. I don't want to do that. Like I said, this is the pen, such as it is. It's got a little area here, this little slider. You can slide it back and forth, or you can actually roll it. That's kind of neat. I haven't done this before, so I don't know why, but that's very satisfying. I don't know why. And you can see on top here, on the top, it has a little concave spot, and that's where you can put any of the magnets. And like I said, these magnets are a bugger to get apart. So I'm not going to fight with them a whole lot, other than to kind of demonstrate this a bit to you. Because I really don't know how to use the fidget pen. I haven't had one before. Let me pull this little spring arm, or spring. It's a little spring. And before I forget, also it comes with a refill for the pen. So and it comes with a cap on the refill, so it won't dry out anytime soon. Put that back in there, and it all fits neatly in the box. So you can swap out the ink by unscrewing the end here, and the ink comes out. So you can replace it. It looks like a standard ballpoint pen refill, so you can get the refills pretty easily, I'm certain. And let's see here. And one of the things I was worried about when I got it was how exactly to play with it. And you can see me fighting with this thing. The balls, you put them within just a couple of inches of each other, and they fly across. So this goes right along with those. These are, I guess, they're neodyne magnets, like the Buckyball neodyne magnet cube thing that I reviewed a while back. But basically, this kind of gives you I call it the dog tail. Because it kind of reminds me of a dog's tail. So when I had it before, I was playing with it, and I was worried about, kind of flinging it around. It's hard to, see how strong those magnets are? Grab the stupid pin cap, and I got to get that out of the way. Get out of the way, box. Get out of the way. I don't have the room to demonstrate really swirling it around the way I was doing it earlier, but basically I could swirl this thing around and around and around at my desk, and this part would not fly away. I mean, it is. I don't know if you can see the spring expanding. If I can get my zoom to working there, if you can see the spring, I mean, it took quite a bit of effort there. And the ball is still on the end of the pin there. So it takes a lot to get that thing to come apart. So it's very, very sturdy. I like this little feature of it. I'm not sure what to do with the balls. I'm not that creative of a person when it comes to playing with stuff like this. But I did think it was kind of neat looking. I mean, I bent over like this, did kind of an inchworm thing, kind of a back and forth like an inchworm. Hope you guys don't mind me being stupid. This pen brings out the stupidity in me for some reason. Another thing I was trying to do was to stick the ball to the little slider. That's because the slider has a ridge on it. It's a little bit difficult to do, but I'm trying. See, there, I finally got it. Before it wasn't working for me, but just to let you see how this works, you can, if you're a creative person, which is, when it comes to stuff like this, I am not. You can probably think of all kinds of creative ways to arrange the balls and the spring, and you can even, make a little gun out of it, and you cock it and load it, pull the trigger. There you go, pin gun. That's your little safety right there. And this thing does bend, so it's pretty cool. It's like one of those metallic arms that some desk lights have that can be bent and adjusted. but this one springs back into place. So if you like to bend your pins, then this is pretty good. As opposed to the normal pins, which are plastic or solid metal, and you start bending them, they'll either bend and stay out of shape, or they will bend and crack. You can definitely bend this one to your heart's content, especially if you're angry at a coworker. Man, this will be a real stress relief. And also, I like the ridges along the body of the pen. It gives you a tactile feedback if you want to just kind of rub your finger back and forth. You can turn it back up on the top like this. And I was thinking you might be able to use this for a worry stone if you wanted to, because the ball does roll. I mean, you can't see me doing it because it's all silver, but it is actually rolling under there and not coming off, which I think is pretty cool. So, yeah, I think that about wraps it up for this little review. As I said, I'm not the most creative person in the world when it comes to stuff like this, but I can see this being handy for someone who is creative, who is working on a problem, say working on a math problem, trying to solve a word problem, and you just need to stop and think and let your brain do its thing in the background. You can kind of distract yourself with these and just kind of play with that and just lose your focus off of the main problem for a few minutes. And that's how a lot of my problems are resolved. I will be concentrating on something very, very heavily, and I'll be at my wit's end on how to solve it. And it's like, okay, I just got to take a break. I got to walk away from this for a minute. And sure enough, if I walk away from it 9 times out of 10, if I give my brain a few minutes to think about it, a whole new solution just pops into my head that it just wasn't there before. And it's because I couldn't see the forest for all the trees. I think this is a pretty cool toy. I did do a bit of writing with this one. I like the pen. I'm kind of really OCD about my pens. This one is near perfect, almost perfect. It's got a very, very super fine point, which I like a whole lot. The pen rolls very freely. It has a bit of scratchiness to it, which is the one drawback for me. Other than that, I think this is an excellent fidget toy, and you can have this at your desk. It'll probably, I would say, watch this if you put it on your desk. Don't walk away from it, because somebody else is going to borrow it, and you may never see it again. So, this is Randy, wrapping up another fidget toy review, and I'll talk to you later.